Hi everybody, today we're going to make my favorite Indian dish. It's an eggplant curry called Baingan Bharta. So let's start cooking. The first thing you want to do is make your rice. And I talk about this a lot, but it's worth talking about again. This is the easiest way to make rice in this rice cooker that's truly about 25 bucks. So you put 2 scoops of rice. I do white basmati, 3 scoops of water, push the button, and voila. Depending if it's white or brown rice, you have rice ready to go in about 20 minutes. All right, and then we are going to come over here and start doing the main dish. I started with a little saute just so you didn't have to wait on me. So this is 1 chopped white onion and a teaspoon of minced garlic. So you want to get that going first and then add in a tablespoon of fresh ginger, which I've already peeled. And again, that's fresh. And we'll let that saute together with the onions and garlic. So anytime you're cooking, those 3 things go really well together at the very beginning. Onions, garlic, and ginger. So we'll keep that low, like on a level 2. And now we will go and attack this giant eggplant. So this is kind of funny, but I actually really don't love eggplant. But when I was introduced to this Indian dish, I fell in love with eggplant because it's going to be all mashed with tomatoes and spices and peas and the basmati rice. And it's like amazing. My yoga teacher from Hawaii introduced me to this dish years ago. And then I fell in love with eggplant. So I'm going to show you how to cut and peel your eggplant. So this is a giant one. I already did one, so this is what it's going to look like. This is to make for 2 dinners for 2 people, so I'm doing 2 eggplants. So you definitely want to cut the end off, rinse it really good, organic when possible. I actually don't always find it organic, so this one isn't. And then when you peel it, I'm going to go over the sink, step over my cat, who's always here with us, Oliver. And so as Wade, who usually makes this dish, my husband, teaches me, instead of just peeling it softly, which I was doing like a carrot, you got to get in there. Get a little power behind your peeler. And this is the piranha that I love. So you got to push down and peel. If it gets stuck in there, make sure you pull it out. If the little strands, which is what was happening for me, pull them out of there so you can get a better peel. All right, we'll keep going here. So I hope everybody is staying calm and healthy amongst all the transitions in the world. And if you are quarantined, working from home, one of the positive things is more time for cooking healthy vegan meals for yourself and for your family. And this is a really delicious dish. Oh, look at it go now. That's nice. All right, there is the beautiful eggplant. I wish the purple could stay on because the color is so pretty, but we're going to dive in. So we're going to cut 2 slices together. Get rid of that little end. The smaller you cut it, the faster it will cook. So we're going to do 1, 2, and 3. And we're going to spin it. Do 1, 2, and 3. See how small those are? And that's going to make a huge difference because it is going to need to saute for about 20 minutes. So let's keep repeating that. Oops, that was a little thin. I'll try 3. And if you need get a small, if they only have small eggplants, get 2 or 3, especially if you want to eat it more than one night. All right, keep going here. So eggplant is full of fiber, just like all plant-based foods. And you want to really focus on fiber. Fiber instead of just where's the protein, as a lot of people think about. You want foods that have fiber, and all plant-based foods have protein also. Of course, some have more than others, but vegetables still have protein in them. And people don't think about that. So we're going to start adding that to the pot because it's avalanching. So we've got the garlic and onion and ginger sauteing together. So I'm going to add all this beautiful eggplant. And it's going to cook down, okay? Let me just keep chopping here. All right. And we adopted this recipe, which it was not vegan, so we've turned it vegan and changed a lot of things. So I'm just going to write the whole recipe out in the comments. So again, small cuts, 1, 2, 3, whoops. All right. If you're not fully plant-based yet, I'd like you to read my apron. More plants, less meat. And then eventually, hopefully, you will be ready to go 100% plant-based and no meat. But if you're not there yet, reducing is greatly appreciated. Saving animals, helping the environment, helping your health, because plant-based foods have 0 cholesterol. And they will not block your arteries, especially if you're doing low fat. All right, I think we're good here. To be honest with you, that was my first time chopping an eggplant because Liv usually makes this, but I think I did okay. It's avalanching. All right, now we're going to add a few things here because this is going to cook down and I'm intentionally making a lot of food. I'm going to add 1/4 of a cup of water. We're going to turn up the heat. And we're going to add a can of diced tomatoes with the juices. This is a Kirkland from Costco. Get a whole big case of them. Woo! So again, add all the juices, and we may need some more liquid since I went a little crazy with avalanching eggplant here. And then we're going to add the spices. So you can omit salt. We use salt. I'm going to use a teaspoon of salt. Again, you can reduce or omit that. We're going to do a teaspoon of ground cumin. If I get a little more, that'll be just fine with me. Now, it calls for curry powder, which I highly recommend if you can use curry. For some reason, curry makes me sneeze and wheeze, so I'm substituting turmeric instead of curry powder. But if you're good with curry powder, go with that. So all of these measurements are a teaspoon each. Teaspoon salt, teaspoon cumin, and a teaspoon of turmeric. All right, now you could add a little oil to the pot. You don't have to. You can just saute with water. And this is going to have to cook. I'm going to turn up the heat and put the lid on once I get it really tossed in here. And I'll keep checking it while it's cooking. I'll keep retossing to get all these flavors, whoops, excuse me, mixed together. It already smells good. But it is going to look like a totally different dish in a few minutes. So I'm going to let this saute for 20 minutes with the lid on a medium temperature, and I'll see you in a minute. Okay, we're back making eggplant curry, known as Baingan Bharta. Come on over. So we let it cook for about 20 to 25 minutes. You want it to get really soft so that you can mash it easily. So you can see that whole mound I had of eggplant has cooked way, way down. It's like unrecognizable. And this is how eggplant was introduced to me, all mashed with spices and tomatoes. Hello, Noah. And so use your strongest fork and really get in there. Now I've also cooked some frozen peas. I just do 2 cups of frozen peas and cook them for 5 minutes. Once the water's boiling, then you cook them for about 5 minutes. And so we're going to add those. And of course, if you don't like peas, you can omit them, but I think it adds some texture and flavor. Let's keep mashing. So if you're ever at an Indian restaurant, ask for it. And usually it is vegan. If not, you can ask them to to veganize it for you. You know, they do use ghee, so you could ask for regular olive oil, vegetable oil, and a reduced amount. Okay. Looks pretty good. We could mash all night. And we're going to stop and add our peas. Again, 2 cups of cooked. I just did frozen green peas. Actually, one of my favorite vegetables are green peas. I like to add them to things like marinara sauce, pasta and peas. Here we go with our eggplant and peas. Okay, so we're going to dish up. I've added a bed of white rice here, and we're going to add the Baingan Bharta to that. And if you'd like, a couple sprigs of cilantro or Omenta cilantro. So there you go. Delicious eggplant curry, Baingan Bharta. I hope you love it as much as we do. If you enjoyed the video, please click like and subscribe and ring the bell. And as always, thank you for saving animals with your food choices. Stay well.